Welcome to the Biomedics 510K submission series, your guide to navigating each step of the FDA process with confidence using eSTAR. This content is educational and not a substitute for regulatory or legal advice. Always consult FDA guidance and a qualified expert for your device strategy.
Welcome to the 510K eSTAR submission video series. This series guides you through the 510K pathway, one of the most common FDA routes for bringing a medical device to market in the U.S., with a strong focus on the new eSTAR and pre-sub eSTAR template that now define how submissions are structured and reviewed. This first video starts with the foundation of every strong submission: research and discovery. Doing this groundwork reduces costly delays and increases your likelihood of FDA acceptance, especially important now that the eSTAR format demands clean, well-organized data from the start. We'll cover how to classify your device, identify a predicate, and align with FDA expectations, all before you begin drafting your submission within the eSTAR framework. Let's get started. Device classification. Every medical device is classified as Class 1, 2, or 3, depending on the level of risk it poses to patients. Most 510K submissions are for Class 2 devices. Start by visiting the FDA's product classification database. Search using your device's name, function, or intended use. Always check for the most current listings. It's updated regularly and directly affects how your eSTAR submission must be structured. Your search rationale will be important when justifying classification within eSTAR. For example, manual retractors are Class 1, pulse oximeters are Class 2, implantable defibrillators are Class 3. Your classification influences the entire regulatory pathway, especially your testing and risk management strategy. Use ISO 14971 to begin identifying and managing potential risks. Substantial equivalence and predicate devices. Next, understand the concept of substantial equivalence. To obtain 510K clearance, your device must be shown to be substantially equivalent to a legally marketed device, called a predicate. Substantial equivalence means same product code, similar intended use, and comparable design and technology. Prepare a comparison table within your eSTAR submission that highlights these similarities. The eSTAR system guides you through this, but thoughtful input here makes or breaks your review. For example, if you're developing a new digital blood pressure monitor, your predicate might be one from Welch Allyn or another legally marketed brand. Sterilization and guidance documents. If your device must be sterile, identify your sterilization method early. Common options include steam, ethylene oxide gas, and radiation. Follow ISO 11135 for ethylene oxide and ISO 11137 for radiation sterilization. Ensure your sterilization validation report is fully aligned with FDA expectations. In eSTAR, sterilization details must be entered into structured fields, including method, cycle parameters, residuals, and package testing. For example, a Class 2 wound dressing might require validated ethylene oxide sterilization following ISO 11135. Also, use FDA guidance documents to understand expectations for your device type. These provide recommendations for safety, performance, and testing. While not legally binding, following them improves your review outcome. For instance, orthopedic implants must follow FDA guidance on biocompatibility, mechanical testing, and clinical evaluation. Reference relevant standards where applicable, such as ISO 10993-1 for biocompatibility or ASTM F1980 for accelerated aging. Include raw data, summaries, and protocols in your submission. A catheter, for example, might need tensile strength, burst pressure, and extractables testing. Clinical data and pre-submissions. Not all 510K submissions require clinical data, but you may need it if your device introduces new technology, has a different intended use than the predicate, and presents new types of risk. Plan early. Today, pre-submissions, especially using the new pre-sub eSTAR template, are not just optional, but a strategic move to de-risk your submission before entering formal review. Acceptable clinical data may include small clinical studies, literature reviews, and real-world evidence from similar devices. For example, a wearable hydration monitor using specially designed algorithm might need clinical validation for accuracy. Key terms in the 510(k) process. Let's wrap up this section by reviewing some key terms you'll see throughout the 510(k) process. Device classification. Devices are categorized into Class 1, 2, or 3 per 21 CFR 860. Predicate device. A legally marketed device your product is compared to, as defined in 21 CFR 807.92. Pre-submission, pre-sub, a request for early FDA feedback. The new pre-sub eSTAR template makes this more standardized and efficient. Risk management, governed by ISO 149. 7.1, using tools like FMEA for hazard analysis and mitigation. Design controls, required under 21 CFR 8, 20.30 to ensure devices meet safety and performance requirements. Device labeling, must follow 21 CFR 801 and include usage instructions and warnings. Clinical evaluation, clinical studies if needed, are submitted under 21 CFR 812 via an IDE. Testing and validation includes ISO 10993, biocompatibility, IEC 60601, electrical safety, and IEC 62304, software. Human factors, usability testing per IEC 62366 to ensure safe operation. FDA submission. The eSTAR platform is now the primary method. It replaces many separate documents with a structured, auto-validating PDF that incorporates the RTA checklist. FDA review. FDA reviews the submission, may request additional information, and evaluates substantial equivalence. FDA decision. FDA will issue a clearance, non-equivalence decision, or request for more data. Post-market compliance includes MDR reporting under 21 CFR 803, post-market surveillance, 21 CFR 822, and corrections or recalls, 21 CFR 806. Manufacturing must follow GMP and label with a UDI under 21 CFR 830. Annual registration. Maintain your device listing and establishment registration under 21 CFR 807. Quality system, required under 21 CFR 820. Global harmonization is supported through ISO 13485. Best practices. Start early and document everything. Your classification shapes the entire submission strategy. Use your predicate as a guide for testing and comparisons. Validate sterilization thoroughly and include full reports. Follow ISO and ASTM standards for bench testing. Only include clinical data if necessary, and plan early, especially if using a pre-sub with the new eSTAR template. Watch the rest of this video series for a step-by-step walkthrough of each 510(k) section and how to complete them using the eSTAR and pre-sub eSTAR template. These tools are not just forms. They shape your FDA strategy from start to finish. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching our 510(k) submission series, your step-by-step guide to navigating the FDA process with confidence using eSTAR. This content is educational and not a substitute for regulatory or legal advice. Always consult FDA guidance and a qualified expert for your device strategy.